Test. I posted that video in the Baritone Obsessed group, and I got a lot of nice comments, from nice people asking about my guitar tone because they liked it, which is very nice. I thought I'd give a little rundown, a little explanation, because it is a bit weird. It's kind of similar to how some people do bass tone for metal. Some people, for example, will have a DI track, and then they'll have a track for distortion for their bass, or sometimes they'll run the bass through multiple amps and combine them afterwards. So I did that with guitar because there were some main issues I was having. I was using Ignite Emissary and Amps Roots Fluff's signature amp, and I liked both of them, but I had problems with both of them. Fluff's amp had a nice body, it had nice chunky sound, but it didn't have the clarity that I was going for. Ignite Amps was kind of the opposite of that. It had clarity, but it did not have body to combine both of them, in addition to another amp, and I'll just show you my project right now. I have the DIs loaded onto these separate tracks, and they send to these 3 tracks right here. I'm combining the Ignite Emissary, Ignite SHB bass head, and Fluff's signature amp, the free one, into a folder. I call that folder Rhythm. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. One thing before we start, Ignite Emissary and Ignite SHB both have stereo modes. Fluff's signature amp does not have a stereo mode, so instead I'm running 2 instances of it, and this instance it deals with the left side of the DI, and this instance deals with the right side of the DI. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to show you the Ignite Emissary amp. So that has a lot of bite, a lot of grit, snarl to it. So let's take a look at that. Ignite Amps TSB Tyrant Screamer. I got the Emissary on there as well, exaggerating the treble, the high mids, a little bit of low mids. Got a 2 driver after that. And for my amp sim, I'm using a JP1 Impulse Dynamic EQ just to cut down on the whoop. Sometimes the bass will get out of control when you palm mute, and I have an EQ to get rid of some whistling, some nasty high-pitched sounds, as well as to boost the low mids. Let's take a look at the SHB tone, the bass amp. Running it through the TSB again into the SHB, where I am boosting the treble insanely. I've got the bright switched on, I've got the treble all the way up. Running into another tube driver, same impulse, the JB1, and again, same dynamic EQ. Probably don't need it on this track, but I kept it in anyway. Once again, I'm getting rid of some nasty whistling sounds, cutting out the low end because I don't want that in this track. The final amp that we're going to look at is Fluff's signature amp. I've got a tube screamer in front. It's not the TSB, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to, and in Fluff's amp, I'm just boosting the mids and a little bit of the highs. I've got the same impulse, the JP1, and then I've got a multi-band compressor, just so it can kind of even out the sound, and this can help a little bit with the bass. Got another tube driver, and then I've got a limiter. So all these tones combined. And so that's the tone you hear in the video. I'm going to go over the folder right now. I'm cutting out a little bit of whistling right here. And then once again, I'm hitting it with a multi-band compressor. Got another EQ, just getting rid of another whistling sound. Now, another thing I like to do is add a compressor and sidechain it to the kick drum just a little bit. I do that with the bass as well. It's more of a deathcore kind of sound. That was me explaining my mix, my guitar tone. So I hope you found this useful. I'll put the Reaper project file down below in the description. You can download it, mess around with it if you'd like. Thank you for 100 subs. I'll have a video on that soon. So take care. See you guys.